Hey Kids on the Move, my name is Sally, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own Easter sock bunny. Here's what you need. Alright, we are going to use some socks, the longer the better. You're going to need some rice, or even like dried beans would work. You're going to use some sharp scissors, felt, and a Sharpie, ribbon, string, a roll of tape kind of like this, and if you have someone to help you, a hot glue gun. And this one is low temperature so you're not going to burn your fingers. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take our sock and you're going to put it through this tape roll and open it up so that it's easier to pour the rice into it. So just open the cuff. And the bigger your sock is, the more rice you're going to use. Okay, we're going to take just a little bit of rice at a time and pour it into the sock. Just like this. And we're going to pour until I've got about up to the heel of my sock. So I've got a little bit more to go. So if you don't have rice, you could also use like some dry beans or quinoa, whatever you can find that's not going to rot in your sock and make it stinky. Dry corn. Okay, so now I've got my sock filled up to the heel. So I'm going to take some of my string cut a little bit off, and without spilling the rice, I'm going to kind of dangle the end of my sock into my bowl, and I'm going to tie off the top of my sock with my string. And you want that knot nice and tight so that your rice doesn't spill out, just like that. And then I'm going to trim the ends. Okay, so now we've got, you can pull the top of the sock off of the tape. Okay, so now we've got part of our bunny made, but we want to make it have a head and a body, just like this one. So now I'm going to take my sock and I'm going to give it a little pinch. And you get to decide how big a head and how big a body you want your rabbit to be. So I've got right about here, so you can see this is going to be the head and this is going to be the body. So we're going to take another piece of string and then I'm going to wrap it around the neck of my bunny, just like this, and tie it off really tight so that it separates those two sections. So move that out of the way so you can see. Get rid of that sock. So now you can see I've got my bunny body, the head, and then this is going to become the ears. Okay, before I move on to the ears, I want to give my rabbit a little bow tie. So I'm going to take some ribbon that I have. I chose green because it kind of reminds me of Easter. I know we have to stay at home for Easter this year, but I think that we should still dress up, even though we have to stay at home. So I'm going to dress up my bunny. Okay, so now he's got a little bow tie, just like that. So now it's time to make his ears. So I'm going to turn him this way so I can cut. So first thing I'm going to do is take my scissors and I'm just going to cut right down the middle. I'm not going to cut all the way to my string because, again, I don't want my rice to spill. So I'm just going to cut right above it, just like that. Okay, now if you have someone to help you, you can take a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit in there to keep those pieces together. But these don't look too much like bunny ears yet. So I'm going to cut them. So I'm going to start at the corner, and I'm going to go and curve it just like that. So now it looks a little bit more like bunny ears. just like that. Okay? Now I want to give my bunny pink on the inside of their ears. So if you've got some felt at home, I'm going to cut a shape that looks like this, but that's just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of felt, just like that. That's a little too big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. That's perfect. So now that I know what shape I'm going to do, I'm going to hold that on top, or you could even use a pen and trace. And I'm going to cut another piece of felt just like it to match the other ear. Okay, now if you've got someone to help you, or if you're allowed to use a hot glue gun, you can put a little bit of glue right on that felt, and then we're going to put it on the bunny ear, just like this. But be super careful, make sure you don't touch the tip of that hot glue gun, because it is hot. Whoops. Just like that. Okay, so now my bunny has some pink ears, and he's got a body. Okay, now I will do the bunny's face. Now my bunny has black on his face, so it's hard to see, but I'm going to draw some eyes and a little nose and a little smile, just like that. If you had some googly eyes, you could always put some Google eyes, or you could even take some paper and cut out some eyes. Okay, so I've got my rabbit, but he is very hungry. So now I'm going to make a carrot. So I'm going to take this little piece of felt, and I want to cut it to look kind of like a really big slice of pizza, or a piece of pie. So I'm just going to curve the end. So now it kind of looks like a big slice of pizza. Now I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right at the end. Be super careful, don't touch it. And then I'm going to roll the carrot. So now this end goes right on top of that glue. So I'm rolling it to look kind of like an ice cream cone. So now I've got a little cone. That's the start of my carrot. Okay, now remember those pieces of sock that you cut out? We're going to use those to stuff our carrot. And then if you've got a little bit of extra ribbon or string, I'm going to cut a little bit of extra ribbon. I'm going to pinch the top of the carrot. And then I'm going to tie with some string. Just like this. Okay, so now I've got my carrot and I've got a bunny, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue because I want my bunny to be holding the carrot. And I'm going to stick it right on my bunny. And there you have it. It's a little sock bunny. How did yours turn out? I bet it is super cute. Now you have to pick out a name, and don't forget, you gotta feed your sock bunny felt carrots every day. Thanks for making with me. I hope you had fun, and I hope you have a very happy Easter. See you later.